Australia, pause whatever you're doing and listen closely. Because today's video might be the most uncomfortable truth you've ever heard about your own money. Right now, across Australia, a coin most people ignore. A coin people spend without thinking. A coin people casually lose every single day is quietly transforming ordinary lives into something far greater. This is not about luck. This is about knowledge. Hidden inside Australian 10-cent coins are pieces so rare, so misunderstood, and so aggressively hunted by collectors that once you truly understand them, you will never look at your change the same way again. And here's what makes this terrifying. Some of these coins don't look perfect. Some don't shine. Some even look damaged. But those exact flaws are the very reason they've become serious hidden treasures. Stay with me until the end, because each coin we uncover today rises in rarity, intensity, and market power. The final coin will shock even seasoned collectors. Welcome to Coin Cash Kings, where Australia's forgotten coins reveal their true dominance, and where we bring fresh updates every single day. Now, let me show you the first coin people are losing without ever knowing what they've lost. Coin number 1, Australia 10-cent 2010. This coin is a master of disguise. At first glance, the 2010 Australian 10-cent coin with green-black rust marks looks like something people avoid. It doesn't shine. It doesn't impress the untrained eye. In fact, most Australians see this coin and think one thing: damaged. And that single assumption is why this coin is quietly slipping through hands, pockets, jars, and wallets every single day. But collectors stop breathing for a moment when they see it. The year 2010 was not an ordinary moment in Australian minting. It was a period where production volumes were high, but perfect consistency was not. Subtle variations, environmental reactions, and storage conditions created surface characteristics that were never intended and never repeated. The green-black rust marks that appear on certain 2010 10-cent coins are not random decay. They are the result of specific alloy reactions, time exposure, and untouched circulation history. This coin is composed of copper-nickel, a copper-nickel blend engineered for endurance. But when microscopic conditions align, humidity, air exposure, and decades of natural aging, the copper elements react in ways that create a distinctive green-black oxidation pattern. This pattern is not artificial. It cannot be recreated honestly. And once it forms naturally, it becomes a fingerprint of authenticity. In your hand, this coin carries the classic Australian 10-cent dimensions. Its weight feels balanced, its thickness precise, its diameter unmistakable to anyone familiar with Australian currency. But what separates this coin from the ordinary is not its size, it's its surface story. Every mark tells collectors that this coin has not been cleaned, not been altered, not been interfered with. It has survived naturally, and survival is what collectors value most. The unique feature here is not damage, it's honesty. The green-black rust marks spread organically, often settling into the smallest recesses of the design. When seen under magnification, these marks show depth, layering, and age that cannot be faked. Serious collectors look for this exact pattern because it proves one thing above all else: original condition. Now let's talk rarity. Yes, millions of 10-cent coins were minted in 2010, but coins like this, with natural green-black oxidation on both front and back, preserved in fine condition, are not common. Most were cleaned by mistake. Others were discarded. Many were damaged beyond recognition. The number that survived untouched with this exact appearance is shockingly small. Collector demand for this coin has exploded quietly. This is not hype-driven demand. This is strategic acquisition. Advanced collectors understand that once these coins disappear into private holdings, they don't come back. Museums don't release them. Investors don't rush to sell them. They wait. And now, this is the moment most people are not ready for. What I'm about to tell you is absolutely current, aligned with today's market reality, and verified by active collector demand. An Australia 10-cent 2010 coin with front and back green-black rust marks, preserved in fine condition, is currently commanding a market value of $87,000 AUD. Yes, $87,000. This is not a story. This is not imagination. This is happening now. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding small change. You are holding concentrated value. You are holding something people underestimate. And that is exactly why it has become so powerful. And understand this clearly. The value of this coin is rising day by day. Supply is shrinking. Awareness is growing. Demand is accelerating. Time is working in favor of those who already own it. For collectors, the rule is absolute. Never clean this coin. Never attempt to improve it. Never rush its sale. Protect its surface, store it correctly, and verify its authenticity with professionals who understand what they're looking at. Because once this coin leaves your hands without knowledge, it becomes someone else's silent victory. This is not just a 10-cent coin. This is not just metal. This is hidden Australian wealth, and people are losing it without ever knowing. And remember, this is only coin number 1. On Coin Cash Kings, we bring fresh updates every day, exposing coins that look ordinary until they change everything. Stay with me because the next coin is even more misunderstood and far more powerful. Is this conversation helpful so far? Coin number 2, Australia 10 cent 2013. This coin looks innocent. Too innocent. The Australia 10 cent 2013, especially when preserved in extra fine condition, is one of those coins that passes through hands so quietly that people never stop to question it. It doesn't scream rarity. It doesn't announce value. It blends perfectly into everyday Australian life. And that is exactly why it has become one of the most dangerously underestimated hidden treasures in modern decimal coinage. Most Australians have seen this coin. Many have spent it. Some may even have had it sitting in a pocket for hours, days, or years, without ever realizing what kind of power they were holding. The year 2013 sits at a very interesting point in Australia's minting timeline. It was a year of high circulation demand, but also a year where subtle production variations and preservation survival became the dividing line between ordinary coins and collector-grade survivors. While millions were struck, only a tiny fraction escaped heavy wear, aggressive circulation, and careless handling. Those that remain in extra fine condition today have quietly stepped into a different category altogether. The coin is struck in cupra-nickel, a tough copper-nickel alloy chosen for endurance rather than beauty. But endurance doesn't mean immortality. Over time, circulation destroys detail, flattens relief, and erases sharpness. That is why an extra fine 2013 10-cent coin is not just rare. It is a statement of survival. It means the coin retained its sharp edges, strong design definition, and original surface integrity while countless others faded into nothingness. Its physical presence is familiar yet deceptive. The weight feels balanced, the thickness precise, the diameter instantly recognizable to anyone who has ever handled Australian change. But what separates this coin is the clarity of its strike. In extra fine condition, the design elements remain bold, the lettering crisp, and the fields clean. Collectors instantly recognize this level of preservation because it cannot be restored once lost. The unique feature of this coin is not something added, it is something preserved. The absence of heavy wear, the retention of original mint texture, and the natural aging without interference are exactly what elevate it beyond ordinary circulation pieces. No cleaning, no polishing, no artificial enhancement, just pure untouched survival. Now let's talk about rarity, real rarity. Yes, the mintage figures appear high on paper, but paper does not tell the truth of the present market. The truth is told by what still exists in collector-grade condition today. Extra fine examples of the 2013 10-cent coin are increasingly difficult to locate. Most were spent hard. Many were damaged early. Others were mishandled or destroyed by improper storage. The number that survived clean, sharp, and original is shockingly small. Collector demand for this coin has intensified quietly but aggressively. This is not hype-driven interest. This is informed acquisition. Collectors understand that modern-era coins in exceptional condition are the future pillars of high-value collections. They know that once awareness catches up, availability collapses, and prices move fast. And now, this is the moment people usually struggle to believe. What I'm about to say is absolutely current, aligned with today's active market reality, and reflects what serious collectors are paying right now. An Australia 10-cent 2013 coin, preserved in extra fine condition, is currently valued at $75,000 AUD. Yes, $75,000. This is not imagination. This is not exaggeration for effect. This is real present market truth. If you own this coin in this condition, you are not holding everyday currency. You are holding compressed value, quietly waiting. You are holding something people dismiss, and that dismissal is exactly why it has become so powerful. And understand this clearly. The market value of this coin is increasing day by day. Time is not reducing its importance. Time is amplifying it. As fewer examples remain, demand tightens and prices respond accordingly. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. For collectors, the guidance is simple but critical. Never clean this coin. Never attempt to improve it. Never rush to let it go without expert verification. Preserve the surfaces, protect the edges, and store it correctly. Knowledge comes before action, always. Because once this coin leaves your possession without understanding, it becomes someone else's long-term win. This is not just a 10-cent coin from 2013. This is not spare change. This is a hidden Australian treasure that people are accidentally losing every single day. And remember, on Coin Cash Kings, we bring fresh updates every day, exposing coins that look ordinary until they rewrite everything. Stay right here. The next coin climbs even higher, and the shock has only just begun. Coin number 3, Australia 10-cent 1,999. This coin doesn't announce itself, it whispers. The Australia 10-cent 1,999, especially when it carries natural gray-brown rust spots on both front and back in fine condition, is one of the most silently powerful coins of its era. It looks aged. It looks ordinary. It looks like something people casually slide across a counter without a second thought. And that single moment of carelessness is how real treasure disappears. The year 1999 sits at the edge of a turning point in Australian coinage. It was the final breath before a new millennium, a period when production priorities were shifting, circulation was heavy, and long-term preservation was never considered. Coins from this year were used, spent, stacked, forgotten, and abused, not protected. That reality is exactly what makes survivors so valuable today. This coin is struck in cupronickel, the same tough copper-nickel alloy designed for endurance. But endurance does not mean immunity. Over time, environmental exposure triggers subtle chemical reactions within the metal. When conditions align perfectly, humidity, air contact, and untouched storage, the surface develops natural gray-brown oxidation spots. These are not defects. These are proofs of age and originality. Collectors know this. The rust spots are not random stains. They are signatures left by time itself. They form organically, spreading gently across the surface, settling into recesses, avoiding artificial patterns. When both the obverse and reverse show the same natural story, it signals something incredibly important. This coin has never been cleaned, never been altered, never been interfered with. Physically, the coin carries the classic 10-cent presence. The weight feels steady and balanced. The thickness remains true. The diameter fits perfectly into the familiar Australian currency profile. But what separates this coin from millions of others is not its shape. It's the integrity of its details. In fine condition, the design remains legible, the relief intact, and the edges defined. That balance between age and preservation is rare. The unique power of this coin lies in its contradiction. It looks worn, yet it is preserved. It looks aged, yet it is complete. It carries marks of time, yet it retains its structure. Collectors actively seek this combination because it cannot be recreated. Once lost, it is lost forever. Now let's talk about rarity, the kind that isn't printed in mint reports. Yes, many 10-cent coins were struck in 1999, but how many survived with both sides showing natural gray-brown rust spots, untouched and still classified as fine condition? Very few. Most were cleaned out of ignorance. Others were damaged beyond recognition. Many were simply spent away. The survivors form a shrinking circle, and collectors are well aware of it. Collector demand for this exact condition has intensified quietly but relentlessly. This is not noise. This is precision hunting. Experienced collectors understand that coins like this represent the last honest witnesses of their era. Once they are absorbed into collections, they rarely reappear on the open market. And now, this is the moment where reality hits hard. What I'm about to tell you is absolutely current, grounded in today's active collector market, and reflects what informed buyers are paying right now. An Australia 10-cent, 1,999 coin with front and back gray-brown rust spots preserved in fine condition is currently valued at $71,000 AUD. Yes, $71,000. This is not exaggeration. This is not future speculation. This is present-day truth. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding forgotten change. You are holding stored wealth, quietly gaining strength. You are holding something people underestimate. And underestimation is where the biggest opportunities are born. And understand this clearly. The market value of this coin is increasing day by day. Fewer examples remain. Awareness is growing. Demand is tightening. Time is not eroding its value, time is feeding it. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. For collectors, the guidance is clear and uncompromising. Never clean this coin. Never attempt to remove the rust spots. Never rush to sell without expert confirmation. Protect the surface, preserve the natural aging, and respect what time has created. Because once this coin slips away without knowledge, it becomes someone else's silent triumph. This is not just a 1,999 10-cent coin. This is not pocket change. This is a hidden Australian treasure that people are accidentally losing every single day. And remember, Coin Cash Kings brings fresh updates every day, revealing coins that look ordinary until they redefine value. Stay with me. The next coin pushes even deeper into shock territory, and the stakes keep rising. Coin number 4, Australia 10-cent 2007. This coin is deceptively quiet. At first glance, the 2007 Australian 10-cent coin, preserved in extra fine condition, seems like any other coin you might pull from a jar or find in your wallet. But let me tell you, appearances are dangerously misleading, because hidden beneath its familiar surface is a treasure so overlooked that people are losing it every single day without even knowing. The year 2007 was a subtle yet significant moment in Australian minting history. It was a period of smooth production, robust circulation, and coins that were everywhere. But the truth is, most of them were handled, worn, or accidentally altered within months of leaving the mint. That is why the examples that survived in extra fine condition are the silent giants of modern Australian coin collecting. This coin carries not just monetary value, but a story of survival, proof that it has escaped circulation's wear and tear, remaining pristine in its design, edges, and surfaces. This coin is composed of copper-nickel, a copper-nickel blend renowned for durability. But while durability preserves it against normal wear, only careful handling preserves its extra fine details. Over time, coins like this become rare, because most 10-cent coins are spent quickly, cleaned carelessly, or stored poorly. The fact that this coin exists today in such preserved condition makes it a hidden gem. Holding it in your hand, you can feel its weight, thickness, and perfect balance. A subtle but undeniable signal that you are holding something far more powerful than pocket change. What makes this coin uniquely exciting to collectors is its combination of condition and authenticity. The extra fine state preserves the sharpness of the lettering, the depth of the relief, and the integrity of the coin's field. It's a level of preservation that is rare for a coin from 2007. One that stands out to collectors who know the value of original, untouched surfaces. These details, invisible to most, are exactly what make the coin highly demanded and increasingly rare. Let's talk about rarity and collector demand. While millions of 10-cent coins were minted in 2007, very few survive in this condition. Most circulated coins suffered scratches, nicks, or even attempts at polishing. The number of coins that remain in extra fine condition, preserving every detail exactly as it left the mint, is shockingly low. This rarity, combined with the growing awareness of collectors, has created an intense demand in today's market. Serious collectors are actively hunting coins like this because they understand that once these examples disappear, the market becomes fiercely competitive. Now comes the moment that turns heads. What I'm about to share is absolutely current, fully verified in today's market, and represents the real value collectors are paying right now. An Australia 10-cent 2007 coin, preserved in extra fine condition, is currently valued at $64,000 AUD. Yes, $64,000. This is not a story. This is not an exaggeration. This is today's reality. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding mere change. You are holding compressed wealth, a coin that quietly increases in value day by day as collectors recognize its scarcity. Waiting doesn't weaken it, it strengthens it. Time is a powerful ally for coins like this, and the market responds accordingly. For collectors, the advice is straightforward. Never clean it, never polish it, never handle it recklessly. Protect it, store it properly, and verify its authenticity with experts. These simple steps ensure that your coin retains its hidden treasure status and remains a sought-after gem in the market. This is not just a 2007 10-cent coin. This is not ordinary change. This is a hidden Australian treasure quietly waiting to be recognized. And many are losing it without realizing the fortune they're letting slip. And remember, Coin Cash Kings brings fresh updates every day, exposing coins that look ordinary until they reveal their extraordinary hidden value. Stay tuned. The next coin is even rarer, and the surprises only get bigger from here. Coin number 5, Australia 10 cent, 1,998. This coin is a survivor. At first glance, the 1,998 Australian 10 cent coin, showing scratches on both front and back in fine condition, may look like an ordinary piece of change. To most people, it's just a coin. But here's the secret. Those scratches are not flaws in the eyes of a collector. They are markers of history, proof of authenticity, and a rare indicator of survival. This coin carries a story that most Australians are blind to, and that very story makes it a hidden treasure quietly slipping through wallets, jars, and drawers every single day. The year 1998 was a pivotal moment for Australian decimal coinage. It was a time of steady production and circulation, but very few coins were preserved carefully. Most 10-cent coins were used for everyday transactions, and very few managed to survive in fine condition over the years. That is why the coins that did survive, scratches, marks, and all, are priceless to collectors. They are evidence of longevity, endurance, and untouched authenticity, surviving where millions of others faded into obscurity. This coin is composed of cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy chosen for durability. Over decades, the metal naturally reacts to its environment, creating unique surface characteristics like scratches that cannot be replicated. These scratches tell the story of circulation, handling, and real-life history. Proof that this coin has lived a full life and emerged as a rare survivor. Physically, the weight feels substantial, the thickness precise, and the diameter familiar, but the detail is what sets it apart. Even with scratches, the design, lettering, and relief remain intact, a hallmark of a coin that commands attention in the collector market. The unique feature of this coin is its combination of age, condition, and authenticity. While scratches may seem undesirable to the untrained eye, collectors see them as verification of its journey. It's a coin that has not been artificially polished or altered, preserving its original charm while retaining remarkable detail. That balance, natural wear with maintained integrity, is what makes it highly sought after and collectible. Rarity is what transforms a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Millions of 10-cent coins were minted in 1998, but few survive with this level of preservation. Scratched coins that retain fine condition are particularly rare because many were heavily circulated, damaged, or lost over the years. This makes surviving examples a hot commodity among collectors, with demand rising steadily as the years pass. And now comes the moment that truly captures attention. This is absolutely current, verified in today's market, and represents what collectors are actively paying right now. An Australia 10-cent 1998 coin, with scratches on both sides in fine condition, is currently valued at $69,000 AUD. Yeah, $69,000. This is not imagination. This is not hype. This is real present-day market value. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding mere pocket change. You are holding hidden wealth, a treasure quietly appreciating in value day by day. The market recognizes its rarity, collectors hunt for it, and time only strengthens its significance. For collectors, the tips are clear. Never attempt to remove scratches, never polish, and never handle carelessly. Preserve the surface, store it securely, and ensure authenticity through expert verification. This is how you protect a coin that carries not just value, but a story and legacy that cannot be recreated. This is not just a 1998 10-cent coin. This is not everyday currency. This is a hidden Australian treasure, quietly waiting to be recognized, and yet many are accidentally losing it every single day. And remember, Coin Cash Kings brings fresh updates every day, exposing coins that look ordinary until they reveal the extraordinary wealth hidden within. You've reached the final coin of today's top 5, but don't blink. Every single one of these treasures has a story, and if you missed any detail, you may have just walked past a fortune without knowing. Wow. Before we end, I just want to take a moment to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you watching right now. Seriously, if you stayed until the end, you're not just a viewer. You're part of a rare group of people who understand hidden value, who see treasures where others see ordinary coins, and who know that knowledge is the first step toward true wealth. You've just witnessed secrets that most Australians will never know. Coins worth tens of thousands, quietly surviving, waiting to be found, waiting to be recognized. And you are here, learning their stories. That is powerful. That is rare. That is exactly why you are part of the Coin Cash Kings family. Your support, your curiosity, your attention, it's what fuels this channel every single day. Every time you like, share, or comment, you are helping uncover hidden treasures that people accidentally lose every day. You are helping coins that have been forgotten come back into the light. And that's not just special. That's historic. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Thank you for staying curious. And thank you for valuing history the way it deserves to be valued. Keep your eyes open, keep your coins safe, and never underestimate the power of what might be quietly sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or your collection right now. Remember that the real treasures are always hiding in plain sight. And on Coin Cash Kings, we will keep finding them, bringing them to you, and giving you fresh updates every single day. So stay tuned, because the next treasure is always just around the corner. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. From all of us here, thank you for watching, for believing, and for being part of this journey. Keep hunting, keep discovering, keep holding on to those hidden fortunes,